Good afternoon, I'm Elaine van der Merwe. I am a DCS for EFAL and I'm going to go through the ANA papers, the Grade 3 Mathematics Memorandum with you. I don't foresee any problems, but let's start. Okay, the first one is arrange those 5 numbers from the list, and the answer is D, so it's very straightforward, and that also counts 1 mark. The second one is break down the number 489. The learner, and the answer is B, so the learner must write 400 plus 80 plus 9 as indicated here on the memo. Question 3 is 39 doubled, and the answer is C, 78, which is also straightforward, just 1 mark. Question 4 is about rounding off 642 to the nearest 10. The answer is C, 640. The 5th question, answer is D, quarter to 10 in the morning, also for 1 mark. Question 6, arrange a half, a quarter, a third, a fifth from the greatest to the smallest, and the answer there is B, which is 1 half, 1 third, 1 quarter, 1 fifth, also for 1 mark. Question number 7, write the name of the given 3D object and the 2D shape. 7.1 will then be cylinder, and 7.2 will then be square. And it's just important to accept the answer in any official language. Do not penalize for incorrect spelling. That is because it's a maths paper and not a language paper. Number 8, repeat the diagram pattern once more. 1 mark for the correct sequence, except if the pattern is repeated more than once. So that is easy. If the learner repeated the pattern 3 times, it will still be correct. Although he's wasting a lot of time, it will still be allocated 1 mark for the learner. Then we get to question 9. Calculate each of the following using the breaking down method. Here it's like expanded notation the learner has to use. There are 3 examples that we can allocate marks. One is for the method and the other one is then for the answer. (9.2) it's also a calculation that we have to look at the method and also at the answer. 1 mark for any breaking down method and 1 mark for the answer. So that's very clear. 10.1 is count forwards in hundreds. 1 mark for the correct sequence. 10.2, it's counting backwards in 20s. That will be 300, 280, 260, and 1 mark is allocated there for the correct sequence. Question 11, write the number name for 468. There it's 468, the number name. Accept the correct answer in any official language and do not penalize for incorrect spelling. That's for 1 mark allocation. Question 12, write the number symbol for 360. That will be the answer. Number 13, write the value of the underlying digit in the number, which is 754. And there's the answer. 700, the learner can write it in 3 ways. 700, the number name 700, 7H, which stands for the 100, and also the 700 written out. Accept the correct answer in any official language and do not penalize for incorrect spelling. the learner will then also receive 1 mark there. Question 14, it's complete. Then the learner can write 6, the number 6, or he can write it out, the number name 6, for 1 mark. Question 15, write the next number into the number sequence below. So it's 125, 175, 225, 275, and 325. Number 16, draw 1 line of symmetry on the following shape. Now here it's quite clear, a dotted or is acceptable as long as the line indicates symmetry. Also for 1 mark allocation there. 17, the width, write the width of the bell, which is then 4 centimeters. If the learner just wrote the 4, it will be correct because in the paper it is the 4, the centimeters is indicated. Question 8, circle the correct word in brackets for each of the following sentences below. 18.1, the mass of the can of fish is measured in grams or centimeters, which will be grams, for 1 mark. And 18.2, the capacity or the content of the bottle of milk is measured in meters or in liters. And the correct answer will be liters with 1 mark allocation. Let's go to question 19. John, Jim and Joan each have 37 lollipops. How many lollipops do they have altogether? It's a sum that they can work out in 2 ways. That way it's for the method and the answer, or even in that way, the method and the answer. 1 mark for the method and 1 mark for the answer. That's very important that you remember that, and we will have a mark allocation of 2 there. 1 for the method, 1 for the answer. Question 20. There are 36 chocolates in a box. Each child gets 5 chocolates. How many children got chocolates and how many chocolates were left over? Now for question 20, this is the way they can work it out. 36 divided by 5, and the breaking it up like that, it's 6 plus 1 plus 1, remainder 1, 7, and remainder 1 is the answer. The number of children will be 7, and 1 chocolate was left. We will give 2 marks for that, 1 mark for the number of children, and 1 mark for the rest or the leftover. Also accept correct relevant illustrations. 21, circle the shape that is divided in half. So although the instruction says circle it, it is acceptable if the child crossed it or circled it or underlined it for 1 mark. Question 22, help the puppy to find his way to his kennel. The puppy runs to the tree. He feels thirsty and runs to the dam to drink water. He runs to the bus and then to his kennel. Draw a cross in the grid to show how he ran. So this is the way, accept any correct number of blocks according to the route shown by the learner. So he used 13 blocks, 1 mark for the correct route and 1 mark for the number of blocks. Question 23. Study the graph and then answer the questions that follow. 23.1. The question is, which learners read an equal number of pages? And the answer will be Kanye and Pulani. 1 mark for both names for a 1 mark allocation. 23.2, the question is, who read the most pages, lebo, for 1 mark. Question 24, read the price below, list below and answer the questions that follow. How much will 2 pineapples cost? The child must work out the cost of 2 is 10 rand each, equals 20 or 20 rand. 1 mark for the method and 1 mark for the answer. 24.2, how much change must I get if I buy 1 orange and pay with 10 rand? This is the method. 10 rand minus 6 equals 4 rand, or 4 rand written like that. 1 mark for the method and 1 mark for the answer. 25, show how you will use the number line to calculate 20 plus 30. Accept either or long jump, so the child could go and say there's 20 and there's 30. It gives you 50. Or the child could say 1, 10, 20 and then 30 again, 30, 40, 50. Like I say, like the short jumps. That will be the short jump. So they can indicate a long jump or a short jump for 1 mark. Question 26, complete the sentence below. The time on the analog clock reads 3:45 or 3:45 or 15 minutes to 4 or 45 minutes past 3, or also written in that way. Do not penalize for incorrect spelling. We will allocate 1 mark there. Question 27, fill in the missing ordinal number on the number line. There we will get, like at the 20th is 20, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, or if the child only wrote 21, 22, 23, 24, it will also be correct. 1 mark for the correct sequence, or mark allocation of 1. Thank you very much.